Deepak sir, you can take a few questions from students.
So we have Saurabh Lapasya, right? Saurabh, if you can please unmute yourself and start your camera and ask, go ahead with the question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Saurabh.
So I would like to ask that you would like to give any kind of suggestions for the personal interview round and like how to go through it as you said.
I've given you some clarity regarding what they ask generally. What you can do for that matter is, I would suggest till the test, think about the test, because that's very important to clear first. And
Yes.
second, when you come to the PI stage, so study one subject really like very well. So probably the subject in which you got the highest marks in your boards, because that is something that they think that okay, you should be good at. Prepare one interest really nicely, like one hobby that you really like to do. There was an interview of my friend which only went on Harry Potter. What did you learn from Harry Potter? Why do you like a personal character? What do you relate? Stuff like that. So prepare one. Read up on your current affairs for at least the last 2 months, especially since there's a lot of coronavirus going around. There's a lot of news coming in every day. So do that. And apart from that, I would suggest work on articulation, on how you say what you say. So in the sense, it gets really hard to keep your calm when you're sitting in front of an interviewer. I also got really stressed. So what you can do is just try sitting in front of yourself in a mirror and trying to say things without feeling nervous, or maybe doing it in front of a camera, since now you might have online interviews. So maybe that will also help you in making sure that the other person gets what you're trying to say. So articulation like that.
Is this 5-year integrated program more better than the 3+2 MBA thing, BBA plus MBA, which other colleges offer?
So this is what I'll say. If you are looking for a BBA plus MBA and you're really sure that BBA is what you want to do, I mean, I would really suggest you look up courses on BBA, because it's a lot of principles of management, accounting, economics and stuff like that. If you're extremely sure, okay, go for a BBA. It's not a problem. It's a good course to go for. But I would prefer an IPM program only because that integrated program is at a place which gives me a lot of more learning and exposure. So I would prefer an IPM program if it's versus a BBA MBA. But if you're doing something like a BTech, a BSc, a BA in some say history or something, then why not do it first? If you're sure that this is what you want to do. So if there's an interest that you want to follow for your bachelor's, it's really good to do that. But BBA MBA, I'd prefer an IPM program.
Okay. So next we have Yash. Yash Devani. Yash Devani, if you can unmute yourself and.
Yes.
Right.
Actually, I had a question. That what was your mindset during thought process and mindset during the process of preparation? Were you optimistic about?
Clearly.
Were you optimistic about it that you will get into it, or were you a bit nervous and uncertain about it, or was it a bit balanced? And yes, if you can.
Okay. So till the time I was doing my preparation, I was just diligently preparing for NMIMS because I really wanted to go to Bombay. Now, when I started preparing for the program, you realize that all BBA programs almost have similar papers. So there's not a lot different that you're doing for any one program, any one exam over the other exam. So diligently prepare for an exam, irrespective of the outcome. So what I'm saying is, when you think कि नहीं मेरा होगा या मेरा नहीं होगा, तुम अपने आप पे unnecessary pressure डाल रहे हो इस point पे, because until at least your mock start, even you don't know where you stand, especially after you get your scores and your ranks, you don't know where you're relatively standing. So do not give yourself that pressure till the time you have not reached the mock stage. Once you've reached the stage जहाँ पे तुम्हें mocks देने, you'll get an understanding of your relative position. Even then, you can never really be sure, because entrance exams are also a bit of luck on the same day, right? So what I would say that I was not very stressed about IPM. I was not very stressed, but I was working for it. I was attending my classes regularly. I was going to practice at Endeavor every day for 2, 3, 4 hours, sitting down with my teachers to ask them questions if I had, or trying to understand what is going wrong in my tests. I did make those efforts. And once I removed the pressure of feeling कि I am नहीं हुआ तो क्या, I was far more keen on working towards it because I had less pressure on myself. So नहीं हुआ तो ठीक है, but your job is to keep trying to your level best is what I would say. So don't take that unnecessary stress, especially in a time when everything around you is going to be stressful because of the whole COVID thing. So don't take stress. हाँ बोलो.
And one more thing, what was the biggest motivation that helped you going through all the tough times? Maybe you have scored less in some works or some challenging situations and all. What was the thing that kept you going? And
I realized that I would have an MBA by the time I was 22, and that was a very, very good driver because I would start my career at 22 and I would have a good start is what I will say, because even if I wanted to give CAT after 3 years, I knew that I could come back and rely on an IIM, like a good IIM. So your driver is only what you see yourself after 5 years. I wanted to be successful after 5 years, and with a BBA degree, it would be slightly difficult. So with an MBA, it gets a little better, right? Because you have a master's. So I realized that I could be just 22 and start working where I wanted to work. So yeah, worked for me.
And one last thing, that is it worth giving 1 year drop for the exam if I don't clear it this year? Is it worth it?
So depends on your opportunity cost. Where are you getting in if you're not getting in here? Also, if you're getting in there, are you liking that place? Because if you're liking that place, then you always have the option of giving CAT and probably getting into an IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore, or probably giving GMAT and going abroad. So all I'm saying is there were students in our batch who took a 1 year. Sorry, there were also students in our batch who took a 1 year drop and they came back for this program. But it all depends on where you are. Like, do you want to be there? If you don't want to be there, then why not give it another try? But if you feel like, okay, this college is going to be good for you and you can study for 3 years here and simultaneously prepare really well for CAT and get into a better college, why not give yourself that time and go through that?
I should little question, one question here. Do you have students in your batch who took a drop for IPMAT and prepare for IPMAT and came back, or they were preparing for IIT-JEE or NLU exam simultaneously and prepared for IPMAT?
We have students who prepared only for IPMAT and came
after taking a drop for a year.
Yes, for a year. But drop as in, it's not like they were not in any other college. So one of my friends was in Triple IT Kharagpur, one of them was in Nirma only in Ahmedabad, another one of them was in an NLU, GNLU. So it's not like they did not, but they did not take a drop per se, as in they didn't go to any college. They chose a college, realized they wanted to do IPMAT, tried for it.
Fit in that domain, and they realized that it's earlier to exit. Maybe what you.
They gave IPMAT us saal bhi, but then they couldn't clear it. But they realized that they want to come here. So they gave IPMAT again, and then they got it.
The new education policy, they can use the credits.
Yeah, they can use the credits.
They lose the credit of 1 year.
Yeah, that's great in that sense.
Back to you, Deepak. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Aditi Jain next. Aditi, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
On your camera also, we would like to see you. Nice.
Good evening. I wanted to know what are the things that are prerequisites for us to get selected in the IPMAT course?
On paper, nothing. There's no prerequisite except getting a minimum bare passing percentage in your 10th and 12th. There are no prerequisites. You don't have to be from a particular stream, or you don't have to have particular subjects. But I'll definitely say, since the exam is very math heavy, you get an inherent advantage if you have taken maths in your 11th and 12th. It gets really difficult. So in our 120 batch, there's only probably 3 or 4 people who never took maths and they've gotten it. You can see the percentage. It gets really difficult for you to clear the test and come in. And also, if those people did not have maths, they did prepare separately for the program to get in, like, math wise. Apart from that, I really don't think that there's any prerequisite. A lot of it depends on how you clear your tests and how you give your interviews. there's no prerequisite like that.
Urvan has a nice question about your mock test. So I'll put him on, right?
Hello, Kwais. Good evening.
Hello.
My question to you is that what was your first mock score and what was your last mock score and what were your strategies to reach there? Also, my another question to you is that how did you overcome your anxiety and stress while you were facing the IPM interview as you were facing the finest professors in the country, as some might be an advisor to PM and such a great person sitting in front of you? That's my question. Thank you.
So, Deepak sir, can you help me? I really don't remember my exact scores.
If I clearly remember, right, after first couple of mocks, there was a bit of panic in you, right? कि sir ये तो mock कैसा गया, and after first mock you probably decided that sir I'm not going to get into IIM Indore, मैं NMIMS चली जाऊँ वही बहुत बड़ी बात है. That was what your reaction was, right? And then we met up, kind of me, other faculties, everybody, we talked, and even for a matter of fact, the ma'am who sits at the operation desk had to do a lot to motivate you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, she used to keep me calm all the time. It's like, हो जाएगा तुम्हारा, अरे, तुम पढ़ो.
So, Urvan, basically to answer your question, right? Urvan, first mock से तो यार nobody can decide whether I'm going to get into IPM or I'm not going to get into IPM, right? The thing about Kwais that all of us have observed is between her first mock and the last mock, she used to spend at least 5 to 6 hours at the center studying, right? That is just studying under the watchful eyes of faculty, and जैसे ही कोई doubt आए फटाफट से पूछ लिया कि सर ये कैसे हुआ, सर ये word का meaning ऐसा क्यों है, ये ऐसा क्यों नहीं, right? So those, and at times, if I may say, Kwaish बुरा मत लगाना, her doubts used to be funny as well, her doubts used to be stupid as well, but then she never cared. हाँ मुझे doubt है तो मैं पूछ लूँगी. That was what her attitude was, and probably that is what got her through IPM, right? So I hope that answers your question, Urvan.
Yeah. Sure.
For the second question that you asked about the people, how do you overcome the stress? Look at them like people. They're your professors. There's some professor. Do not think about how much knowledge they have, because the more learned you are, the more you realize that the other person is just 17, 18 years old. They don't expect you to know everything. They just expect you to be personality-wise sound, know your subjects, put an effort into what you're doing. Honestly, somebody in front of you does not expect a lot from you. Since you already cleared the test, you've shown enough aptitude to get into the program. Now what they're trying to do is trying to check how you are as a person, because this is the only possible interaction that they can have with you before they actually let you in. So it doesn't matter even if they're not professors, there could be anybody sitting in front of you and you wouldn't know. There could be anybody, and even if they ask you questions, you need to know that your answer will not change, even if it's somebody who's been a advisor to the PM or somebody who's just a new professor who's joined. Your answer should not change, because you are just putting an impression of yourself out. That's all. So वो प्रेशर मत लो कि सामने वाला तुम्हारे बारे में क्या सोच रहा है, बस ये प्रेशर लो कि तुम जो बोल रहे हो वो तुम्हें represent कर रहा है उस टाइम पर. I had one question chat पे. Should I take it right now?
Yeah.
So I had one question. How's the hostel food over there? It's okay. I mean, it gets bad on some days, gets really good on others. But I think every hostel ka khana is like that only. It's nothing like ghar ka khana. So, I mean, I don't know.
But the spread is good. Spread is good. What is the spread in? Tell them the spread. Is the spread?
Okay, so spread is good. So spread, I would suggest breakfast. You have one fruit, one proper dish like paratha or say sabzi roti, as in chana puri or something like that, and then you have milk, you have cornflakes, you have coffee, tea, anything of egg, so omelette, half fry, boiled egg, something like that, and you also have Jain options in breakfast. Then when you come to lunch, you have two sabzis, dry and gravy, and roti, rice, dal chawal, dahi, salad. So spread and all is really good, okay? And dinner, you'll always have one item. Some days they'll give you noodles, some days they'll give you pasta. Some days, I'm not saying it's very good. I'm just saying it's there. And Manchurian and stuff like that. And, paneer ki sabzi. And you also have option to buy non-veg food and eat. So I think they cover that well in that sense.
So no eating snack or something? No high tea?
So high tea is optional because we generally have classes in that period, but they have the option of buying high tea, which is very cheap. You can buy it and eat.
Mornings, if somebody wants to have milk in the morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., I doubt people get up at 6 a.m.
7:30 mess opens. So 7:30 to 10:30 you can go and have breakfast at any time, and everything at that point of time is free.
Dhruv has a question. If I'm starting my preparation from now, if you are starting your portion now, one question obviously would be, I'm assuming he's starting preparation for 2021 IPM.
So if he's giving it in the next year and he's starting his preparation right now, start with your basics. Start with basic arithmetic. Start with increase your rigor towards mathematics as you go forward. With English, I would suggest start developing a reading habit thoda. Start with your comprehension. Start with basic vocab. Complete your modules. Very important. And attend classes. Again, classes, once you attend a class, it stays in your head in a better form than had you not attended class, because you're listening to someone say it, or you're probably seeing them. It's just visually and audibly, like, it's better. And apart from that, you have a lot of time. If you have a year, what you do is you just start going step by step and you continue doing it like that. So that's what I would suggest. But again, I would suggest you have great mentors at Endeavor, really good people who can guide you how you have to prepare. So every person's journey is different, what they do, how they get in. So find what you like better, find your weak points, find your strengths, and figure out how you want to deal with it as you go. Right. So I have a reply here. Please suggest students to read. As a father of a daughter, I would like to know how IIM Indore hostel is disciplined and how is Indore city in general. Okay, so I'd suggest about Indore. Indore is it's like mini Ahmedabad, okay, in a form. So it's a very close knit space. So campus is a lot far from the city, but you'll have regular visits to the city if you like going out as much as I do. But otherwise, also the city is it's safe to roam around. It's a good environment. It's very family friendly. You won't see a lot of places where teenagers are just doing things that they shouldn't be doing. It's not like that. It's not like a party hip city. It's a good, friendly, warm city, like you'd like your neighborhood in that sense. And I mean, also about discipline in the IIM Indore hostel. So our hostels are very, very regulated. Girls hostels and boys hostels both. We have very strict norms. 3 students share one room in the first 3 years. Disciplined in the sense that nothing's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna come into somebody else's hostel. The wards are always there. Your rooms are always going to be clean because somebody will clean them up for you in the morning. The housekeeping staff is very friendly. You also have the provision of getting newspapers in the morning if you subscribe for it. You also have the option of people delivering you salads and fruits and everything because people do it. So in that way, it's very accessible and it's very disciplined. Nothing out of hand like that happens. But again, also self-discipline is very important whenever you live in a hostel. So if you know that you don't want to get into anything messy, don't do anything that will get you into trouble. Okay, yeah, I think we didn't answer this, right? How to manage boards and...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
For students in first year, who for targeting next year, next to next year, it is important.
Yeah. So
We're addressing the final year people in the run up to IPM, but there are students who will be taking next year.
right.
And course will be there, yeah.
So people who are trying to manage both boards and this thing, IP Mat, or in fact any entrance preparation, give it in the beginning. Give a little more time to your boards, in the sense that when you're going to school or you have tuitions, give enough time to your boards, but try. So even if we had endeavor for 2 days in a week, that was enough in the beginning. So when you're preparing, but as your boards come in, you realize that once you've given your pre-boards, you've given your half yearlies, and you've given 2 pre-boards for that matter, you realize that you do not really need to focus on the same syllabus again and again. So this becomes the time when you start giving a little more time to your entrance exams, because you realize that your board exams or your marks will not count as much as your entrance exams, because it's really important like that. So that is how you can sort of manage it. Start with your boards, learn your syllabuses, but then after a while shift to talking about or shift to learning more about your entrances. Especially maths and English need a lot more practice than other things, because it's continuous in that manner.
Thank you, Qaish, for taking time out and handling these questions. I know it was you would have to think through because not to go with the flow. These are students presenting a brand which is a prestigious brand. So I think you did a fantastic job, and students also learned a lot. Thanks for coming and guiding the students.
Thank you, sir. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you.
Okay, right, sure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Okay, students, so hope you had a good time today, right? And moral of the story, please keep studying, right, and working hard, and you'll get there. Okay, so this is us signing off.